All right, boys and girls, here we are. Week 1, victory Vipers in the books. Walked away with a 12-10 victory, as was posted earlier, over the Aztecs FC. Couple notes from a coaching perspective. Number 1, fitness is an issue. And when fitness is an issue, example being the last 10 minutes of the match, when everyone is on the bench, exhausted, and you ask for a sub. That's fine. Come get a sub, take 1 minute breaks. That's it. 1 minute rotations. That's how you're going to prolong your quality in an indoor match. Number 2, in that same situation, kicking the ball long, giving it away to the opponent, that's less good. And we did that quite a bit, where in reality, had we just possessed the ball and made them do the running, it would have been way easier. You'll still have to run, check it into the ball, move it into space to receive a ball, but to hold possession, demoralizing. So something to note as we go into next week's match. Now, overall, we played a good game. There were a couple of instances where we did not get back, and we left Mr. Dillon in a lurch, so that's on us defense. Okay? Get back. Even if you do 1 minute shifts, you go in, you make a sprint, and you sprint back because we lost the ball and you come out, that's okay because you got back, right? That's some heart. That's what we need. So, the Aztec FC squad showed up with no subs, and we hammered them 10-2 in the first half. They couldn't do anything. I will fully acknowledge their second goal. Ball came up over the top. I misjudged. I didn't have my cool shades on. I misjudged. The attacker gave me a little nudge in the back, which any good attacker shall. Goes over my head, bounces, dude finishes. My bad, Mr. Dillon. Then the second half, they got a couple of younger gentlemen to sub in. Gave them a breather. We were starting to get tired, and they started racking up goals because, teams are going to score. We're not going to be shutting many teams out in indoor. That's okay. Teams are going to score. But we had a couple of mental lapses and diving in. When your legs get tired, your brains get tired, and they had that the Asian gentleman doing a couple moves, going just side to side instead of just standing them up and just kind of reaching out to potentially block a shot. We're diving. He cuts across, has a shot. That's tough for anyone to save. So, Dylan, it's not really on you. There is a time to come out and try to cut off the angle. It's your first game in an indoor session. No one is looking at you, Mr. Dillon, saying, "What the heck?" Everyone's looking at themselves, saying, "Why are you so tired? Go get some miles in, right?" So, that being said, a lot of good finishes. We can use the wall to our advantage. All right, a couple key points. Whether take for example our last goal by Mr. Kyle Griffin, plays a ball at about midfield-ish off a wall as if it were a pass to Mr. Nick, who was playing dummy. Bounced. He played a good ball off the wall, bounced back into the middle. He took off on a sprint as if it were a give and go. Defense parted. Goal. Right? So, something to think about, right? Outside of the difference from an outdoor game and an indoor game. So, now, do need to point out stars of the match. So, there are 3 stars in the match. We'll keep this video short, 5 minute-ish. What am I at? 4:20. So, star number 1, Mr. Nick. Way to go, Mr. Nick. Why? Simply because if you would have guessed from his conversation in our text stream, he's going to be terrible, right? He's constantly, why am I starting? And what are you guys thinking? What the heck? Blah, blah, blah. I'm super nervous. I've never played in my life. That kind of thing. He can tell. He's still got it. Old man still got it. He's got that touch. He's got that hustle. He even put in a 6-minute shift near the end of the first half. Very impressive. Star of the game, number 1, Mr. Nick. Star of the game number 2 is a combination, is a conglomerate. The guy who brought the most fans goes to Mr. Nick, again, for bringing a wife and 2 children. Mr. Nate, bringing a girlfriend, 2 parents. Mr. Austin, girlfriend, 2 parents. Yeah, that's it. Those 3. Well done. Because I know there's a couple runners up there. So if you didn't bring at least 3 fans, you're doing it wrong. I know some of you brought a girlfriend or a couple of kids, which is honorable. But you're not going to get a star of the match if you don't bring the crowd. So next game, make it happen. And finally, our 3rd star of the match, star of the game, goes to the guy who had by far the best touch. And that goes to Mr. Dillon. Anytime we passed the ball back to Dillon, he kicked it. Sometimes it was good. Sometimes most of the time it was good. And he even, when he had a tons of time, he blasted it. And oftentimes it went to our team. So, Mr. Dillon, I applaud you as the 3rd star of the game. So, gentlemen, well done. Next week, we're back at it. Bring your A game. Peace.